We pool our money. And so that $1,000 that I put in has more impact because now it's paired with 30, 40, 50 other women. For CFW, a big part of their process is diversity. That's huge. That's key. We want to see diversity in your leadership and we want to see diversity on your board, not just lip service. We want to see you doing it. Who's in your universe? What problems are in your area? And what's facing your community, and how can you be a better, more active member of your community?
Maybe it's difficult to select who we're giving to.
Yeah.
And that is one great way to be supportive, learn along the way, build your network at the same time of doing good. Hello, and welcome to Express Yourself podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Martinez.
And I'm Lauren Genuardi. And we're coming to you to answer questions that come in and talk about various topics that kind of come up in life.
We will try to mesh these topics that are financial and life topics. We'll try to mesh them together, sometimes make analogies, but try to make it a little more digestible for all of us. Today's question that came in was, what is a charitable giving circle?
Yes, that's a great question. And I discovered what they are about 7 years ago. I was doing some work with Chicago Foundation for Women, and I found out about this giving circle. And I've never heard about it, but I've always been interested in charitable giving and philanthropy. So I joined the circle. And we are a collection of women. In this case, we are located in the western suburbs. So sometimes they set up by region, sometimes they set up around like a common goal. Ours is regional based. So all of the women live in the western suburbs, and we're trying to give to organizations in the western suburbs. And so how we're structured is that we go and we solicit different organizations via an RFP process. So we send out questionnaires, and it's all kind of surrounding Chicago Foundation for Women, their guiding framework of various criterias. And some of the members will actually go out and solicit different organizations that they know about and want to know more about. Some of it is just widespread through social media and through the website that organizations will find us. And what's really nice is that we get exposure to groups that we might not have known about before. And also, because we are a collection of women coming together, each circle tends to have a minimum give. And so in our case, it's $1,000. And so we pool our money. And so that $1,000 that I put in has more impact because now it's paired with 30, 40, 50 other women, and we can give bigger gifts to these organizations. So how our circle works is once the RFPs are back, then we come together as a committee and we review them and we say, hey, these are the organizations. Are they operating in the geographic areas we want them to? Are they supporting the western suburbs? If so, yes. Are they matching with these other framework questions? Great. Then we dig into the financials. For CFW, a big part of their process is diversity. That's huge. That's key. We want to see diversity in your leadership, and we want to see diversity on your board, not just lip service. We want to see you doing it. And if we see those things, then it moves on to the next process, which is then site visits. And that's the really interesting part, and that's where the charities kind of come alive. And so site visits, some of them we do via Zoom and some we do in person. And we will talk to the leaders of the organization. We will talk to staff members. We talk to, in some cases, people that have received the services from that group. And I've gone to some in person where it was an organization that was helping homeless teens, and they were showing us around their apartment. And they were so proud to show us how they had set up their apartment and decorated their bedrooms and how they were like collectively living with these other teens. And it was really heartwarming and makes these organizations come to life. And the Zooms, obviously, we're not in their spaces, but the Zooms are also wonderful because we get to see these different groups and learn more about them. And then after we have all of our site visits, then we collectively come together, right? Because it's not just what I want, it's as a committee. And so then we'll vote. And we will say, like, these are the size of the grants that we're trying to give. So in some cases, my $1,000 is now paired with everyone else's money, and we're giving between five to $15,000 to an organization. And in many cases, the organizations are small. There's more grassroots kind of organizations where that $15,000 makes a huge difference to the services that they can provide and who they can help versus a multi-million-dollar organization.
Yeah.
It goes further, and it also just really expounds who's in your universe, what problems are in your area, and what's facing your community, and how can you be a better, more active member of your community. So I love the experience of the Giving Circle, and I always try to bring more people in or make them aware, hey, look for a circle in your area. It's a great way to meet different people and to gain different exposures. People come from all different walks of life. Some are retired, some are new moms, some are mid-career professionals, and it's just a really lovely way to give back.
That sounds so awesome because of the impact that you can have on these groups.
Yes.
And the intentionality of all of you to dig deeper and do the research instead of just listening to what one person says. Because as we know, there's people that are great interviewers or great representatives, which can lead you to believe that this is impactful and it will do good. But you all go beyond that stuff.
We're really digging in to make sure that they're doing what they say, that it's helping out, that it's having an impact. So yeah, it's a great experience.
I love that. And just for those listening, RFP is request for proposal.
Yes.
So it's different charities, organizations that send these requests into these larger circles. And then there's analysis and they answer many, many questions. So that way those reading them can get a better gist. Just as a learning lesson.
Good explanation. I love it.
And I think what you're saying is that there are some of us that have different motivators, and maybe it's difficult to select who we're giving to.
Yes.
And that is one great way to be supportive, learn along the way,
Yes.
build your network at the same time of doing good.
Absolutely.
Since you're covering so many pieces, for some of you listening, it might just be something that motivates you. Maybe it's your faith that motivates you. And whatever it is, Lauren and I are big believers on giving back to your community, um, to faith, to your family. It could be to anything, but being intentional on having a selection process is really important. So if you're ready to start giving and don't know where to start, find a giving circle in your area and keep sending us questions.
Thank you.